Welcome, Crusaders, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Well, we've got the banner, and we're ready to head back up and see what's happening up here. It took us a while to find the real banner. There it is. I guess the first one in the first room must have been either like an illusion or just a decoy. Or when I was watching back the video, it kind of faded away. I don't know if they teleported it away somehow, maybe. Anyway, now we've actually got it and we can see what's happening back outside. Maybe we can raise the banner and really start thrashing some demons. Wow, where did this put us? Oh, we're up above, I guess. I wonder if this is that entrance that was covered by rubble, kind of. Can't see down there anymore. Maybe, are we gonna... Oh, we're gonna raise the banner here. Okay. The legendary banner of the Crusaders is right in front of you. A drop of blood falls onto it from where? The wound on your chest must have reopened and is now bleeding again. You touch Iomede's holy banner to brush away the scarlet droplet when you freeze abruptly. All of a sudden, you are aware of your own powers. You are no longer a grain of sand resisting the countless armies of the abyss. You are something greater. Like Iomede once rejected her humanity to ascend and gain divinity, you are ready to take the first step on the path to gaining power. But what will your power look like? Oh, is this where we choose a mythic path? Haha. Okay, well, I think it's pretty clear what this is going to be for us. I'm surprised. Can we can still choose a Zada? Or am I thinking of a different one that we were locked out of? Zeke with a halo. Wow. Summon Spirit Paladin. Flame of Life. Blinding Light. Piercing Rays. Those all sound cool. Alright. Azata. I'm surprised that that's an option. I must be thinking of a different one that we were locked out of. We can actually choose Demon. Grow a tail. Wow. Well, maybe another time. Yep. It's going to be Angel. Well, there are quite a few things I would like to take here for mythic abilities. And I don't know what the most optimal choices would be. I think I'm gonna take Mythic Charge. Your charge attacks deal additional divine damage equal to 1d6 per mythic rank. What about either that or Leading Strike? I think since we've got the whole charging around on a horse theme going, I'm gonna take this. Mythic Spellbook. A 3rd rank angel receives the ability to cast mythic spells. You can either choose to take it as part of an existing full divine spellcaster spellbook or as a standalone spellbook. Well, I'm not sure about this choice. Standalone spellbook versus part of an existing spellbook, which we would have. I don't see what the choice is. Oh, everybody got mythic levels, huh? Wow, look at him. He's so angelic. The wound on your chest closes, and the drops of blood spilled on the Sword of Valor burst into transparent flames. A wave of fire rushes out from the blood and across the entire banner, transforming it and emblazoning it with new colors. Power descends upon you, suffusing your mortal body, remaking it in its image. It fills your body up to the brim, breaking bones and tearing muscles while at the same time healing them. You raise your head, acutely aware that the bright light of heaven will be at your back from now until eternity.
It's so light in here. It's all you. You're glowing from the inside.
This is just how I imagined the crusade would be. I'd enlist again right now if I could.
An angel at the helm of the crusade.
That's
now
right.
Our triumph is assured.
Better believe it.
You give all of us hope, right when many are already despairing. You are truly a messenger of heaven.
What's Netio gonna have to say about this?
What an interesting turn of events. Such intriguing power. Boy, if you should suddenly expire, I would be happy to dissect your remains.
Thank you. Still calling us boy, I see. Now is not the time to linger. We can reflect on events later. Now is the time to act. Drop that banner down. Yeah. Sweet. Oh. Nice. Yeah, you better run. Man, we better be careful. Zeke's gonna get a big head. It's back in Canabras now.
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts.
Milady, this creature is about to die. Shouldn't you?
Another flashback.
Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I sow.
The whole mythic path choice is really cool.
Shouldn't has no place here. I've waited for a very long time, but now the hour has come to turn my ideas into reality.
Seems like
I
that
still
could.
have things to do
Sorry.
in Canopus, but you must leave. Go to the old laboratory. I have a special task for you.
The laboratory? I hate that foul place. But I dare not disobey you, milady.
Seems like that choice could really change
Forgive me this
the outcomes.
little masquerade.
Oh, this is Yaniel. That's the main art for the game. I never realized who that was. Forgive me, this little masquerade. Yaniel says in a different voice, one that sounds vaguely familiar. Suddenly the illusion vanishes. Oh.
Before, I am Arilu Vorlesh,
What?
also known as the architect of the world wound.
There's something off about the stranger's appearance, like you're seeing only half of a painting, or looking at her with one eye closed. Her silk dress and expensive jewelry are at odds with the set of unfamiliar tools and her ink-smudged hands.
Watch it. She's deadlier than a dozen demons. The betrayer of humanity. Her words are poison and lies.
Oh, Lady Aurilu. I, Nenio, am your most devoted admirer. Your research is an invaluable contribution to the development of science on Galarion, and this experiment with a world wound is simply groundbreaking. May I please have your autograph?
Nenio. Give me a break. One look from Aurilu and Nenio falls silent. Well, so I bet... I'm just thinking after people watched the last episode, knowing that this was coming, that was quite the cliffhanger, I suppose, for us to end that last episode. Of course, I had no idea this is what we were walking out into. But it turned out to be a good way to get started here. One look from Aurilu and Nenio falls silent.
You've handled the power of the Sword of Valor well. Such artifacts are almost like living creatures, and they react to their own kind, shall we say. The Sword of Valor once belonged to a mere mortal who became a goddess. It seems to see something kindred in you. Touching you has left the sword irreversibly changed. Now it is your banner, not Iomede's. Although perhaps it will still stop the demons from teleporting to the city as before.
Wherever you go, things change. Someone who lived dies, and someone who died is saved. Objects that were one thing become another. Why?
Without realizing it, this mad girl just asked a very important question. But for now, I shall let you seek the answer yourself.
What happened to Yaniel?
The Yaniel you freed from the dungeon was merely a mask. Sometimes I like to wear the guise of my fallen enemies, to study them from the inside. The real Yaniel has been gone for a long time, but unfortunately for her, not permanently. Her lot is far more frightening than the one I showed you. Perhaps you will learn the truth one day, but for now, it isn't necessary.
You visited me twice under another guise, here and in Canabras at the celebration. What was her disguise in Canabras?
Would you speak to me if I came to you in my true form?
Can't remember
Well,
that.
This will never happen again. I no longer need to hide my face.
You've helped me twice already in Canabras when we fell into the caves, and here, pointing the way to the Sword of Valor. Why would a half-demon, Daskari's favorite, ever do such a thing?
I'm creating something. Building. Studying how the land lies. Laying the foundation. I am called the Architect for a reason.
You don't deserve the name. Architects are creators. They build things. What have you created? A hole between the worlds? A wasteland in place of a flourishing country? Millions of deaths. You are no architect. You are nothing but a vandal.
I create... How shall I explain it to you? Events. Phenomena. Concepts. My building site is the entire multiverse. You wouldn't call an architect a vandal just because he started by digging some foundations, would you? Now be silent. I'm not talking to you. I'm not asking you to trust me. That would be unforgivably stupid. But I suggest, just suggest, that you search, analyze, think. What happened in old Sarkoris? What is the world wound? What is happening to you? Search for your answers. And for now, farewell.
Okay.
Yet another obstacle.
Oh. They're just gonna drop in a horde of demons here for us. Well, we're somewhat worn out after the previous events, but we'll just we'll let this go. See if we can slaughter these things. Like a Bao running away. Alright, more cultists. Let's get them. Zeke's leading the charge. Okay, get him. These guys are all trying to fall back. I suppose we just really ought to have Sela riding Aegis here. We've got mythic upgrades for everybody. I'm inclined to not do that at the moment. Although we could still have another like huge boss fight in front of us. Angelic Halo. Each ally within 50 feet of the angel gains a bonus equal to half angel's mythic rank +1 to AC and saving throws against attacks made or effects created by evil creatures. That's cool. Alright, let's go and look at the mythic abilities. Might as well. Wow, it really feels like it'd be good to take last stand on our whole front line. Like, Social's got it, but I think grabbing that for Sela makes a lot of sense. So she's getting that. There's a couple nice looking mythic abilities for ranged for Lon. I think maybe this ranging shots sounds good. Every time you miss with a ranged attack, your aim improves, giving you a stacking +1 bonus on attacks against the same enemy up to the max of your mythic rank. Let's take that. I guess for Sosil then we'll grab Boundless Healing. Turns touch spells into ranged spells, I guess, like Cure Wounds. We don't have to get right up next to people from the sound of it. I could see this Elemental Barrage maybe being cool on Ember. She mostly has fire now, but we've got a couple, like, well, we have Lightning Bolt. If we had some other elemental options, that could be kind of interesting. Maybe Ascendant Element for the fire would be good for her. The damage of that energy type can no longer be prevented or reduced by energy resistances or energy immunities. That sounds pretty good. We'll take that. Alright then, Nenio. We sort of as a joke took Inspirational Leader on her last time. I'm not sure for her. I guess maybe we'll just take Abundant Casting. She can get more spells. We'll call that good. Alright. So we can head down to the main floor. We gotta be careful or we're gonna pop into a heavy equipment load here. We're back inside. Does this go back out? Man. Looking at all the mythic abilities, again, it just reminds me of how many options there are in this game for ways to play it. Okay, let's deal with these votaries. I can't believe we've still got enemies to clear out here. We've got a Minotaur incoming. Ember's dead. Alright. Well, I know we've got at least one raised dead scroll. Been pretty careless and wasteful. Okay. Looks like maybe that leads up outside. Let's see what's over here first. Omox Befouler. Okay, maybe we're not getting that trap disarmed then. Let's hop back on Aegis here. Oh, they're coming in.
Doubt is the heart's
We have like
greatest challenge.
nothing here to use.
You
Should have
crossed the wrong
made
mark.
camp.
Prove their logic is lacking.
What are these things? Besides disgusting. Just walking ooze. Okay, so they can't resist our fire anymore? Apparently. Yeah. That didn't do much, but... What's this that we picked up? A Sword of Heaven. Angels can imbue their weapons with holy power. I guess that's different from making it a holy weapon, where it adds 2d6 holy damage on attacks. Additional. Nice. I forget about these litanies. We ought to use them. It's like we actually got that.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
So that angelic halo, I guess we can turn off. Probably no reason to, though.
The light take you into the fray.
Okay, we got that one. Just one left over here. I think we're gonna have to make camp in this room then. If we like walk out and do a boss fight or something, we're gonna be in trouble. I'm starting to wonder though if we're not actually gonna run into Staunton here. I feel like maybe he and Monago are gonna have escaped.
This was simple enough.
I was successful in my search.
What do we have here? Loot. Okay, let's make camp in here. Oh, I need to look at spell books first, I think. Okay, yeah, Nenia picked up a bunch of slots with that mythic ability we took. So, I thought this battering blast sounded kind of cool. We didn't have a place for it before, but now we could throw a couple of those in. Maybe another displacement. Oh yeah. Okay, we're rested up. Let's go up these stairs. Citadel Command. Oh, we got another friendly Minotaur here.
Let us.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Calavacus. Lots of new enemies here now all of a sudden too. Feels like maybe we're in a decent spot. Well, we need to get... Okay, let's get Sela and Aegis up here and then we can real time.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Okay, go for it. More of them coming. Don't like where Ember is. Let's get her out of the way. Oh, we got a ton of them. Let's have Nenio use the Phantasmal Web. Are we getting... Oh, Ember's taking...
I can still fight.
Social is gonna die. Dang it.
I need your assistance.
Door there. Door over there.
Did we find trouble?
Uh,
No, they did.
2 shears. Surely we can manage that. Just realized we didn't get the invisibility on. Might have helped us see that Bao. This room looks a little cleaner than the rest. It's probably the warden's bedroom. Okay.
Our path leads on.
Here we go. And Nura. Little twerp.
Rely on me.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are you so slow? They're almost here.
I'm not going anywhere.
The dwarf's cracked voice sounds like rasping rusty metal.
Don't you feel it? He's got that damn rag with him. I can't teleport. He's going to kill us.
That's right. They can't just bug out anymore.
If he kills us, then so be it. But this is my city, and I will fight for it to the end. And you, my love, you will be with me to the end.
Staunton grasps the chin of the demoness, sinking his nails into her tender skin, and pulls her face toward his, kissing her lips quickly before pushing her away.
Hello, Minago. Greetings, Mr. Misery Guts. It's us again.
Mr. Misery Guts. Wow, are we still gonna try to get through to him? I don't know. About had it with that guy. Tell me, Staunton, why? Why do you fight on the side of the demons?
You have the audacity to ask me that? I fight on this side because the other side didn't give me a chance.
We've been trying to.
Yes, I made a terrible mistake, and Drezen fell to the demons. The Queen should have had me hanged. I deserved it. But she found a far worse punishment for me. False mercy.
Oh, give me a break. Get off your pity pot.
When she spared me that day, she said she wanted to give me a chance to make amends. And I believed her. For 70 years, I've crawled on my knees, shedding my blood for Mendev. Only been spat in the face for it. For 70 years, I watched generations of Crusaders grow old and die, never once changing their tune about Staunton the traitor. What else could I give for my mistake? What more punishment could I suffer? How could I ever deserve forgiveness? And one day, I realized there's nothing I can do. The Queen had doomed me to a lifetime of humiliation. And when I grew desperate, I only had two choices. To become my own executioner and carry out the sentence she rescinded that day, or go over to the other side.
You can't forgive yourself, can you? So you can't possibly imagine that anybody else could sincerely forgive you either.
Put yourself in my place. Imagine yourself in that position. What would you choose?
I don't know. I haven't had a particularly nice time either in the River City. First there was the fire, then there were lots of other things. But I'm not angry at the people. I know they didn't do it out of malice.
Yeah.
Oh, girl. I should have followed your example dozens of years ago and found shelter in blissful madness. Maybe a feeble-minded beggar with no name and no memory would have been happier than the condemned traitor Staunton Vane. But now it's too late for that, too.
Aren't you getting tired of fleeing from me, Minago?
You have no idea how tired I am of you, mortal. But never mind. Today, we will finally be done with you. Right, Staunton? Right, sweetie?
Maniac.
You know, I once heard a peasant trying to convince his sick sheep to overcome her constipation and share her impacted torrent of crap with the rest of the world. The sheep was obviously very dear to the peasant, and he cooed and called her lambkin and darling as he described the process in graphic detail, apparently to inspire the beast. Well, Listening to that wasn't half as stomach-churning as listening to your filthy demon mouth spewing honeys and sweeties all over the place. Ugh.
Minago, what's that on your face? Is that just like a taunt?
That's not your concern, mortal!
The Masters punished her cruelly for her failure in Canabras. As you can see, the leaders of the demons are as patient with their slaves as the Crusaders are with their commanders.
Sweetie, why are you telling him this? What does it matter? What?
Quiet.
Staunton's voice holds no emotion whatsoever except perhaps weariness. The word that fell from his lips barely echoes, but nonetheless, the demon immediately falls silent. I see you have quite a gathering of cowards and traitors here. Even Nura showed up.
You think I'd miss the chance to see Staunton wipe that grin off your smug face?
What's your deal? Like,
For years, you self-appointed champions of good have treated us like dirt beneath your feet. If the demons will help us get our revenge, then we're with the demons.
I have no idea what you're even talking about. That's like totally out of left field. Yeah, I think Zeke has had it, and I've about had it with this guy. You've escaped justice for too long, Staunton Vane, but today you will pay for your crimes.
Of course. I regret nothing. And I'm ready to pay my dues. What about you? Are you ready to pay for everything you've done in the name of your pathetic queen?
It's time to decide the fate of Drezen.
Right. No point in wasting time talking. To arms!
Staunton, darling.
Stop whining! Didn't you swear your eternal love to me? Promised we'd rule Drezen together? Now shut your lying mouth and fight! Whatever end fate has in store for me, you will share it!
We won't fall here. I swear it.
We finally get to take care of these two. And this little jerk. I don't even know why she's mad at us. Alright. Well, let's get it on then. Take care of this. Sword of Heaven. We're using it. We can't attack on that same turn. We could try, like, Litany of Eloquence. Staunton. Oh, spell resistance. Let's just try the confusion up here on these two. No, I didn't really expect to get that, but it was worth a try. Smite. Staunton. Let's just take him out here. Sela and Aegis.
The light will take you.
Not quite. Oh, they healed. That's not cool. Not supposed to do that. I don't know. Maybe Lon needs to take out Minago. Let others worry about Staunton.
You won't survive me.
Oh, we can't hit her though. That was a waste. We could put a pit back here. Oh boy. Phantasmal putrefaction.
We shall overcome.
Into the fray.
Take him out. Okay. Staunton's down. What are these two gonna do?
Stubborn ass! You want to die for a heap of rocks? Go ahead. I'm not staying here.
Where are you gonna go?
No, my dear. You are. You will either fight to the bitter end, or I'll break your delicate little neck myself with these very hands.
These two.
Are you threatening me, my mortal toy? Me? And with what? With the power I gave you.
It's like the most toxic,
ungrateful beast!
most toxic relationship ever.
Give me back what's mine. Take him, he's yours. And Drezen too. I don't care about this fortress or this half-wit.
Minago stretches out her hand. A crimson spark flies out of Staunton's eyes and plants itself in her palm. Staunton freezes, stunned. He's silently moving his lips, which have turned gray in a flash, like a fish out of water. The demon turns to you. Okay.
Oh, I grow so tired of you mortals. Your humdrum little passions. Your constant squabbling. Your incessant accusations and excuses. You treat each other like dirt. Push weaklings like these two into our arms. And then you have the audacity to accuse us. Come on, punish your traitors. I've seen this show countless times.
Have these two just been under her influence the whole time? Like, I'm still not, I guess, sure about this. This is what happens to those who believe the demon's promises.
Amazing, isn't it? Everyone knows all about us, and yet they still trust us. Silly, silly mortals. Take your filthy rag! Take your befouled ruins! You can make soup out of this moron for all I care. I've had enough war. We Lily two were created for tenderness and love. Stay away from me with your swords and shields.
And now you make it sound like all the world's problems are our fault. We're just gonna let her run off.
So this is to be my fate. I've been betrayed by people and demons alike. Now my life really is worth nothing. But that doesn't mean you won't pay for it dearly. Come on, you scumbag! Kill me if you can! I don't care anymore!
Oh, come on. Enough of this insanity. Lay down your weapon, Staunton. Come back to us. You've been treated unfairly, but we can still make things right.
You really do believe that, don't you? You really think that you can still change something? Somehow bring a cursed soul back to the light?
I don't know, but this is your last chance.
I wish I could believe like you do, hope like you, but I know too well, there is no hope. I've been dead for a long time. As a matter of fact, the torment of the last few years, I might as well have spent them in the abyss. The only thing you can do for me is finish me off.
All right, then.
Let's get this over with. To arms.
To battle, my friends!
Okay, he didn't get his whole health bar back. All right. It's the way you want it. It's the way it's going to be. There you go. I'm coming, Lady Death. Forgive me for being 70 years late for our date. Now we just got this. Oh, who just fell in the pit? Who was that? Social? Was he up there? It is. How? First of all, how did you end up there? Alright, Nura, you're going down.
Endure this!
Sorry, Social. I'm not sure how you ended up in the pit. Amber. Finish her. Why did I get into this fight? I knew I couldn't handle it. Oh, we leveled up again. Wow. Lots of XP here in this
Require my unbiased opinion?
area. Let's get rid of this. Oh boy. Okay, Nura, what do you have to say for yourself? Breathing heavily, Nura stands up and wipes her bloody hands on her clothes. Well, what are you waiting for, you scum? Come on, finish me off. Kill me like you killed Staunton, and be glad you've defeated the villains. Just make sure you don't wonder whose fault it was that he and I were on the demon's side. Thoughts like that could make you lose your appetite. Why did you betray me, Nura? I want to know the truth. You want to know the truth? Her face cringes painfully. Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I'd been there the day Arilu Vorlesh opened a rift to the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients for the ritual. I put the pheromone-soaked cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hellbugs to eat your smug face off. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles who to grab. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Oh, the things I would gladly do to you, and it would be but 1,000th of what you deserve. I'm glad we didn't take her advice then on how to get into Drezen. Probably would have been something else we would have regretted. She hides her face in her hands. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. Like livestock, they used a stick to train me to obey. Did the paladins of Mendev help me? Of course not. Even when we passed through a Mendevian city, none of those warriors of good lifted a finger to set me free. Slavers aren't demons, after all. Nura looks up and stares at you with eyes red with tears. The first time I came to the wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me here on a leash. You think the demons bribed me? I was happy to betray him, without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return. I poured a sleeping potion into their soup pot, opened the gate, and waited for the demons to come and tear them all to pieces. And me along with them. I didn't care, but the demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance for revenge. Alright, we're not going to finish her off. But I don't think we're giving her a second chance. I won't kill you here, but you're going to be locked up. And I'll think about what to do with you. Ember, why? Chains can't repair a maimed soul. The crow on Ember's shoulder looks at Nura sternly. Unlike her owner, she obviously approves of your decision. Social sighs with relief. I was afraid you were going to order us to finish her off. I still think of Nura as my friend, and I believe there's still some hope for her. But it's important not to let her go back to the demons who poisoned her soul. Killing someone who is so angry and exhausted is too cruel. Do whatever you want. You can't escape the demons. Your head will be on Baphomet's altar tomorrow, if not today. Oh boy. Okay. Well, everybody's leveled up. What's our journal have to say about this? Leave the city. Indestructible Drezen falls again. The victors would like to believe that the second time will be the last, but even gods don't know for certain what awaits them. In any case, it's time to tell the fighters, those who survived this battle, that their suffering was not in vain. Victory is theirs. Okay, well, do we have to go back the way we came, or can we like... Oh, we're like encumbered. Let's... Yeah, wow. I guess we have to go back out and around. Here? Okay.
The commander of the crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Drezen and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner he has won with such a valiant effort?
Cool, so we're going to take over this fortress now. This is going to be our new home base. Things look a little cleaned up.
Urgent matters of state are awaiting my attention. My convoy will be departing for the capital within the hour. I'm afraid this is all the time I can spare you. So do please forgive me for skipping the lengthy and well-deserved congratulations.
Something has subtly changed in the way the Queen of Mendev looks at you. Respect shines in her eyes, but her slightly furrowed brow indicates a hint of unease.
Morale is high among the Crusade forces that were entrusted to you. You handled the command superbly. I never doubted your personal ability to deal with the demons. I knew that you could become a living symbol for people to follow. That you have now displayed a decent head for tactics is a pleasant surprise. I believed in your success and prepared for this outcome after a fashion. I brought a reward to personally bestow upon my Knight Commander. But now, I think this reward is insufficient. So please, accept one more gift from me personally.
The Queen offers a slight smile and gives a signal to a waiting squire who passes you a neatly folded cloak with lavish embroidery. With these words, Galfrey slides a ring from her finger and lays it atop the cloak. A ring? Are we betrothed now?
By no means. I merely thought a cloak would be a meager reward, but I did not have time to arrange for another gift.
A delicate blush rises to Galfrey's cheeks.
Now on to the main matter. The Sword of Valor has been returned to us. Touching it has awoken your power and changed the great relic beyond recognition. Many clerics are at a loss to interpret this unexpected turn. Is it an omen? Happenstance? A warning? Only one thing can be said for certain. Your power is astonishing and unlike anything ever seen before. Something has changed in you. The warriors of heaven used to come to aid us in our holy war, and even the hand of the Inheritor, our Yomede's herald, once set foot on the land of Mendev. I accepted a blessing from him. I fought shoulder to shoulder with other angels. But this is the first time I've ever seen the might of heaven in a mortal. I am in awe of your transformation.
Galfrey's face looks slightly flushed. Yeah, she is pretty interested in Zeke now.
I have said all I wish to. Is there anything you wish to discuss with me before I depart?
There's something you should know. Arilu Vorlesh appeared before me in Drezen. She did not explain why she had come.
The architect of the world wound? Here? And she allowed you to simply dispose of Staunton Vane and claim the Sword of Valor? This is a very worrying development. Arilu is more dangerous than a dozen Balors, and more cunning and deceitful than a score of succubi. In the 100 years of the Crusades, our forces have very rarely encountered her, but when we did, it always led to something terrifying. I think she has taken an interest in you and your power. It was to be expected, of course, and it worries me more than anything else. Sooner or later, we shall have to take a stand against Arilu and deal with her once and for all. But I thought we would have time to prepare. Be careful. And if the architect reappears, treat her as you would a demon lord.
Do you know anything about the huge demon that we met at the gates? It was much stronger than the rest.
The Baylor Dorazand, one of Daskari's generals. He, Hep Zamira, and the Echo of Daskari are some of the most notable demons in the Abyssal Forces. You will soon learn these names. Dorazand has not been sighted by our scouts for a long time, and his appearance at Drezen was an unexpected development. But we must grow accustomed to surprises such as this. The ability to move at will through space is one of the demon's most unpleasant hallmarks. Fortunately, the Sword of Valor takes care of that problem for the areas around Drezen.
Okay, I've heard everything I need.
Very well. Then I shall take my leave. Irabeth will bring you up to speed on the situation in the city and surrounds, and together, you can decide on what next steps to take. Good luck, Commander. Remember, this is but the first step. The road ahead will be long and difficult.
With a nod of farewell, the Queen strides off with precise military bearing.
Allow me also to congratulate you on your victory, Commander.
Irabeth salutes the Queen, waits until she has moved far enough away, and then turns to you.
We won the battle for Drezen, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, So we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise Iomade for small mercies.
So I guess the Sword of Valor is only effective just in the area right here around the city. It's not gonna help things further out.
The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia is trying to find out where that Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city. Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avestan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Drezen, inspired by your feat.
What about our hands? Our face?
And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Irabeth shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items. Demons with special powers, secret path, missing patrol, and dragon. What can you tell me about the demons with special powers?
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp? He had powers that no ordinary demon should have.
Irabeth's voice is very calm, but you can tell she's working hard to maintain her composure.
It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
A secret path? What are you talking about?
We can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the gray road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges, and cut us off from Drezen. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
There's a patrol missing?
Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. And we can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either. The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Socorus lie in that direction. But after the siege of Drezen, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
And what about this dragon?
As if we didn't have enough problems with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat. But there's very little food in the World Wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the Citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Okay. Is that all for now?
There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them. the Knight Elan from the Houndhearts. He led a troop of Nerosian recruits and brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demons' attention in the battle with the Baylor, allowing the wounded to be rescued. There is one more thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Drezen.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in there.
It's almost empty now. The only prisoner is Nura.
We need to deal with her then.
Traitor. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours, of course.
Yeah, Staunton just really got it rough. He could have dealt with things better, but in the end, I think he deserves a proper burial.
Right you are, Commander. Commander. That day during the battle,
You can see the struggle on her face as if she doesn't know whether she should say something else.
No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time.
Giving a salute, Irabeth turns around and quickly leaves. Okay. Wow, so a new chapter. We're gonna have a lot of stuff, looks like, to check out. Yeah. And a whole, like, citadel to explore. Cool, okay. Well, yeah, this was pretty eventful. That was cool. I really enjoyed. I mean, some of it got kind of long, this whole attack on Drezen, but really, I think it was all pretty good. Nothing like some of the Kingmaker stuff that just went on and on and on. Yeah, it's kind of weird that, I don't know, that we just let Monago run off like that. Seemed like we could have made more of an effort to stop her there, but I guess she's got some plot armor, I guess. She needs to get away for whatever our next encounter is going to be. Well, we've got lots of things to deal with and people to talk to. That maybe, I'm guessing, next episode is probably going to be like checking in with everybody around here and figuring out where we're at. All right, Crusaders, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it and hope to see you back here with me in Drezen next time. Bye-bye.